you're Gretchen. Gretchen, you're on the outer limits of my eyesight right there. Gretchen Pollard, right? Helen. What do you want, Gretchen? You want what?
I want a picture with a great view.
Well, I tell you, there's so many people waiting for me to answer a question that if we were to pause and then have you take a picture, it would make a lot of people very irritable. Why don't you come up here? Where's the camera? There you go. You're squeezing me, Gretchen. How old are you? You're 13 and you're squeezing me? You're great, Gretchen. Thank you very much. Okay. 13, a little young for me. But the National Enquirer will find out they'll get that. There is a gentleman who's bending down now, who had his hand up and he's ducking out of sight. Why? There he is. He's red-faced and he's... You got a present for him. My God. Pass it along. Just pass it along. Do you have a question?
I have one.
No, don't throw it. My gosh. Are you mad? No, pass it along. You spent 2 years on that thing and you're going to throw it? Okay. Thank you. You.
I would like to know what you thought of Star Trek The Adventure.
What did I think of Star Trek The Adventure? At Universal Studios. Oh, the thing I just came from. I knew it.
That was selected for the best.
You were one of them on the stage?
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Why did you do that? I'm curious. Oh, no, first of all, I can't imagine. There's 1,500 people in the audience, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that amphitheater is going to be 1,500 people, and 5 people are going to be chosen.
29.
No, but 29 over the whole 1,500?
Yeah.
But there's 10 shows. Does that mean 1,500 people are going to appear for 10 shows? That's 15,000 people. How much do they pay? What did you pay to get in? Yes. $17 times 15,000? Does Gene Roddenberry know about this? What? What did I think of it? What did I think of the whole thing? What did I think of that whole ride?
And why did you leave early?
And why did I leave early? Well, look, Universal's put so much money into it, it's hard for me to comment. But I had to leave early because I went to an optical house. They were looking for the director. So I had to go because they had to ask me a question. What does it look like? It's all right if you aren't in show business, but if you're in show business, you want things to move a little faster. But if you're not in show business and you're from Peoria and you come to Los Angeles to see Universal Studios and you go on the studio tour and you come to Star Trek, I think it's fine. How's that? Okay. You in the pink. I love the way I say, you in the pink. Oh. I'm a little loud with it. You love this. What? They're laughing. We have to wait for the laugh. Every laugh is so precious. Go ahead. Nice and loud, these guys are talking. Any negative feedback? Did I ever get any negative feedback from my appearance on Saturday Night Live? Well, I'll tell you what. Let's assess the audience tonight. Okay? How many of you were insulted by what I said and did on Saturday Night Live? Hands first. There you are. How many of you had a good laugh like I did? Hey, really, you know, that's the first time I've asked that question. I don't do this very often, as you can understand why. And that's the first time I've asked that question, and I've got that was terrific. Because when they asked me, they said, do you think? I said, well, you know, it's a laugh, and I think it's fun. I think the people who enjoy Star Trek will enjoy the laughter, because I love Star Trek. I mean, I think Star Trek is terrific, and I love playing Captain Kirk. I hate people saying, beam me up Scotty to me on the street, right? But, you know, I mean, hey, Captain, I want it. But that's the negative part. The positive part is fantastic, and like I say, directing this motion picture, and it's going to be good, I think, because it's full of texture and drama, and life and love, and that's so much fun that to poke fun at what you love, even if it were somebody you love and you poke fun at them, that's part of love. So I knew you would understand, and I'm glad you have gratified me. Thank you. You in the red, yes. You heard what? How the heck do you know that? Who told you that? Oh. DeForest said he's having trouble. Oh, well then I can talk about it. I took DeForest to lunch 3 days ago. Where? At McDonald's, hey. And I said, Dean, don't eat your chips too fast. I got a lot to say to you. Your French fries. And chips is interesting. And I said, Dean, you got to be in this movie. I mean, you got to be or I'll kill you. I said, I have this way of working on people. I said, you have to be, because first of all, I love you, and you've got to be in this thing with me, and you've got to be there when I'm there. And secondly, what are you going to do with all that money, Dee? You haven't got that long to live. I said that to him. I said, Dee, what are you going to do with it? The way you spend money, Dee, you couldn't spend the money you're going to get in a lifetime. He didn't laugh at all either.
Did you say I need you, Bones?
Did I say I need you, Bones? And he said to me, I'm a doctor, not a rich man. So, I don't know. I really, at this point, I don't know what's going to happen with DeForest. DeForest has an idea, and it's his idea, and he has all the validity in the world to have that idea. And the studio has another idea. And I hope that they can get together, because I need him. I do need him. But it's a little, right now it's a little shaky. So I don't know what will happen. I'm hopeful that it'll all work out. With the camera in the back of the white chair.
Did you ever figure out your combination?
I never figure out my combination. I'm mystified too. What is it? What? Saturday Night Live, my combination. What? This is like one of those nightmares where everybody knows something you don't know. And you need to say, I'm losing it. I have the foggiest idea what you're talking about. And that makes, I immediately think Alzheimer's. It's Alzheimer's and it's hitting me now. There's a chemical imbalance and it's happening to me now, so and on the other hand, you may be fooling me completely. What is the combination?
Saturday Night Live. When somebody asks you what was your combination, it's
I think somebody here had the right thing. It's a stupid question. Why am I spending so much time on it? Yes.
When does pre-production start for, and was the writer's strike in effect?
When does pre-production start, and does the writer's strike affect it? Pre-production started for us about a year and a half ago. I'm serious. We were working on on a script for the longest time, playing that what-if game. We had a finished script several months ago. Writer's strike does not affect us one iota. The only strike that could affect us, the reason the writer's strike is going on so long, I think, a lot of people think, is because there's two other strikes looming on the horizon in July or August, and that is the Teamsters and avaialble. And that's stagehands and stuff like that. And I think that people who know how to play politics are using the fact that production is shut down to a large extent in television for the last several weeks. And they're using this leverage on the other two unions, and it'll all be solved together in July. And if that's the case, then we will start shooting depending on when Leonard's movie is over. Leonard might be ahead of time, which means we could start September 15th, or he might be on time, which means we would start the first week in October or something.
But when do they hire the unit production?
But when do they hire the unit production manager? How do you know all that?
Well,
You're a unit production manager, you want a job.
I came this close to getting on the last.
You came this close to getting on. What'd you do, trip?
The producer's kid got the
Producer's kid got the
For
job.
production assistant.
Tough bananas, I mean, that's very good. But now you know me, so maybe you can get the job. Sorry, it's Phil. We have unit production on it. We have a lot of staff on board right now. You're waving your hand with a beard.
Kirk isn't a loner by choice. It's circumstances, I guess.
Kirk isn't a loner by choice, it's circumstances.
Yeah, I mean, you got a heart as big as the moon.
A heart as big as the moon.
When are you going to get the girl?
When am I going to get the girl? I don't know. This fight isn't a romance either. I think we're due for a romance. If we were to go on, I would imagine that 6 would be a romance, but that's total conjecture. You and the blue.
First of all, I want to tell you that you have a lot of fans in Germany.
A lot of fans in Germany.
Yes. And we regret that you never come there.
Never come to Germany.
Yes.
I have certain fears.
And I know that you read Dobermans, and I want to ask
I read Dobermans, that's true. One of the fears is I'm going to get bitten by a Doberman. What do you want to know?
why do you love Dobermans?
Why do I love Dobermans? Well, I've loved Dobermans for many years. I love their looks. I love their agility. I love their beauty. I love the way they conform. I love the way they listen. I love the way they fight people. I have a Doberman story that I've told once or twice, and so some of you may have heard it, but I never get a chance to tell it unless somebody asks me about a Doberman, and I don't meet that many people from Germany. But when I was on tour in a play during a summer stock, I had one of my Dobermans with me, and people are afraid of Dobermans, usually without cause. I mean, if you don't mind missing an arm or a leg, I mean, but actually they're very friendly animals, except that they, like any large animal, are territorial. They will defend a car or a room. And I was traveling alone, and I had my Doberman, and me and my Doberman would go places. 2 beers, one for my beer. German beer, please. And his name was Morgan. He's long since passed on, and we have other Dobermans taking his place. And if you believe in karma, it's the same Doberman. If you believe in breeding, it's ours. Okay. So I took this Doberman, and now I was in a theater. And I would come into the theater, and I would go into my dressing room, and I'd leave him in my dressing room, and I'd go on stage and do this play, in which I was on stage the whole time. Now, and I was directing this play, come to think of it, and part of the action was a wonderful, exotic gag. There was a laugh that nobody else has ever gotten in the history of show business. The laugh was, I dropped my pants. The first time in show business it's ever been done.